December 13th, 1883. The posse has finally arrived back in the town of Last Chance. Immediately after their arrival, they seek out Dr. Gruber. They find him at the hotel seated at a table with a sinister-looking gentleman named Dr. Wolfgang Rothman. We showed Dr. Gruber the 5 shards of darkstone that we collected, and explained that we could not collect any relics, as the location was swarming with demonic creatures. He smiled and promptly paid us $375 for the shards.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me back at the Solo Gamers Club, and tonight we're going to be continuing our campaign playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone. After many days of trials and tribulations, the posse has finally made their way back to the town of Last Chance. The first thing they're going to do is track down Dr. Hans Gruber, and they're going to sell him that darkstone that they were able to collect. The posse meets up with Dr. Gruber, and he pays them $375 for their 5 shards of darkstone. Dr. Gruber explains to the posse that he is required to return back to Germany, but in his place, he's leaving his assistant, Dr. Wolfgang Rothman, and he will be a permanent resident in the town of Last Chance. So we're going to add Dr. Rothman to the town NPC list for Last Chance. So after meeting the very shady looking Dr. Rothman, posse is now ready for their town stay in Last Chance. Each posse member was given $125 equally of the $375 that they earned from the sale of the darkstone. Gracie has $130 in cash. Nash has a total of $150, and Eli has a total of $130. Our first step is going to be to draw our daily events. Now, as this town is hustle and bustle, we'll be drawing 2 events. So we'll give our deck a cut, and we'll see what happens. Here is the first town daily event. And that reads, Rolling Tumbleweed, town daily event. Just another day on the frontier of the Wild West. Tumbleweed and wide open skies as far as the eye can see. Every hero may heal up to 2 sanity damage. And then, if in a specialty town, roll once on the daily events chart for that type of town. All right, each hero now is going to heal 2 sanity damage, and that's very welcome. That'll place Eli at 1 sanity damage out of 10. Nash will be at 5 sanity damage out of 10. And Gracie will have 7 out of her 14. And now we're going to have to make our roll on the daily event chart for that type of town. And here's our D6 roll. Roll is a 1, and it says the Hell Train. Rocketing through the town in the night, the demonic Hell Train blows its whistle and sets the tracks ablaze in its wake. Every hero in town loses 1 grit and takes D6 horror hits. Whoa. All right, so that's going to place Eli and Nash and Gracie will have no grit. And now each of them are going to take D6 horror hits. They'll be able to use their willpower to defend against those. So we'll start out with Eli, and we'll see how many he has to endure. Rolls a 5, so Eli will be able to roll 5 dice, and he'll be able to defend against those horror hits with his willpower, which is at a 4. So we'll roll 5 dice for Eli. And he managed to defend 3 of those, so he's going to take 2 horror hits. So he'll get 2 sanity damage. That'll put him at 3 out of 10. Next up is Nash. We'll see how many he has to fight against. He rolled a 1. All right, so he can roll 1 die and see if he can defend against that damage. He was unsuccessful, so he's going to take a sanity damage. That'll move him up to 6 out of 10. And finally, it's Gracie. Here's her roll. She rolls a 2, so she'll have to defend the 2 horror hits. She defended none of them, so she's going to take 2 more sanity damage, and that'll move her back up to 9 out of 14. And that'll complete the first daily event. We'll draw our next daily event. That one is Wealthy Widow. With her husband dead, the wealthy, black-clad widow is loading her luggage onto the next wagon heading back to the city. She offers a small sum to anyone kind enough to help fit all of her possessions onto the modest coach. All heroes may make a cunning 5+ test. For each 5+ rolled, gain $25. Well, that's great. We'll begin with Eli. He has a cunning of 2. And he rolled 1 5, so he's going to earn $25. That's great. Next up is Nash, and he also has a cunning of 2. Here's his roll. He rolled no successes. He couldn't help. All right, finally, it's going to be Gracie. She has a cunning value of 3. So she'll be rolling 3 dice for the test. And she rolled no successes. All right, well, at least we got $25 out of it. Money is in short supply right now. And that's going to complete our town daily events, and we'll move on to our selection of lodging. Now the posse does have this ability to use fresh supplies. We would be able to draw a gear card, and the posse would be able to purchase it for its listed value plus $100. But I don't think we're even going to bother with that. We are kind of low on funds, and to even $100 would be a lot at this point. So we'll pass on that. Now we're going to select our lodging. And I think all 3 are just going to get a standard room at the hotel. That'll cost each of them $10. And next up, the posse can do their visits to town locations. And Gracie's still looking for a little spiritual healing, so I think she's going to visit the church. We'll move Gracie to the church, see if she can get rid of that "it's coming for you" madness. Nash is going to visit the general store, and he's hoping to purchase some rations, some supplies, and also some bandages and maybe whiskey. Finally, Eli is going to try his luck at the gambling hall. And we'll begin with Gracie. She's at the church, so we'll have her do her 2d6 roll and find out what the location event is for today. She rolls a 6. And that says, "Faith to the Forsaken." The preacher's fiery oratory echoes through the mostly empty church. No event. All right, well, no event is better than a negative event. All right, we're going to have Gracie, I think, start out with Exorcism of Madness. It's going to cost her D6 times $50, and it's a ritual. It can be 1 exorcism attempt per madness. If you can afford to pay the cost, choose 1 madness you want to remove and roll on the chart below. All right, well, we'll find out how much this would cost her first of all, so we're going to roll a d6 times $50. And she rolled a 2, so that would cost her $100, and she's definitely going to do that. So Gracie's going to pay the $100, and then she's going to roll on the table below. And we'll have to see. Hopefully there's no real negative consequences. There are, but we'll see what happens. Here is her roll for healing. She rolled a 5, and that says success. The madness is healed. That is outstanding. So Gracie has had that exorcism of madness, and that takes her "it's coming for you" madness condition away from her. That is great. And following that exorcism of madness, it leaves Gracie with $20, and that's not really enough for her to purchase anything, so she's going to end her town location visit. Next up is Nash. He's at the general store, so we'll have a roll for him on the location event chart. He rolls an 8, and it says, "Flies are a-buzzin', the streets are filth, business as usual, no event." All right. Well, the first step at the general store, Nash is going to purchase some supplies for the posse, and he's going to purchase 2 levels of supply. We're currently at short supply, so for $30, he's going to move us up to moderate supply, and that will allow us a D8 for our supply checks. And I think next up, Nash is going to make a purchase of some whiskey and some bandages. That's going to cost him $100, and he'll gain a whiskey and bandages token for his side bag. And that's going to leave Nash with a total of $10 remaining, and that's going to complete his visit to the general store. And finally, we have Eli at the gambling hall. We'll make his roll for location event. He rolled a 3, and that reads, "I say you're cheating me." An angry bandito sitting across from you throws back his chair and draws his pistol. Make a luck 4+ test to see if his first drunken shot hits the post behind you, giving you time to escape, ending your location visit, and taking an extra unwanted attention marker. Or try to get the jump on him by drawing your weapon. Roll D6. If the roll is less than your initiative, 6 always fails, you drop him and collect your winnings of D6 times $50. If you fail at either option, roll once on the injury chart as he shoots you before running off. Well, if this was any other of our heroes, other than Eli, I would probably try to draw on him, but Eli's initiative is only a 3, so that means he would only succeed on a 1 or 2 if he makes the draw. So I think he's going to do his luck test instead. Now, his luck is only a 1, unfortunately, but the test is 4+, so we've got a 50-50 chance of making that. So I think Eli will make a luck test. And here's his roll. He rolled a 6, so he passed the luck test, and that means that his drunken shot hits the post behind you, giving you time to escape and ending your location visit and taking an unwanted attention marker. All right. So Eli's going to return back to the hotel. He's going to have an unwanted attention marker with him. And that's going to complete all of our town visits. Now we're going to draw our rumor token. Rumor token is revealed to be a Scafford gang mission called Most Wanted. That reads, there is a hefty bounty on Colonel Scafford and his Scafford gang, having robbed just about every bank and train in the area over the last few months. Following all the evidence and rumors have led you to this mine. Their hideout must be inside here somewhere. You just need to find it and bring them to justice. And of course, not stumble into too many traps along the way. All right, let's go to the campaign map and see where the Most Wanted mission becomes available. All right, we've consulted the mission location table. We've rolled a D20. It came out to be a 15. That means the mission's available at Scroggs Bog. So we'll place the mission token there. It's in the extreme southeast portion of the map. And now we move on now to step 5, and that's our end of day roll. We're going to check our roll versus the days since last event, and if it's equal to or less than, we're going to have a town event. So only on a roll of a 1 was that going to kick in for this round. Here's the roll. Rolled a 3, so there's no problem there. We'll raise our track up 1 now up to 2. And now we have to decide if we're going to stay in town or if we're going to ride out. And let's consult the campaign map and see what we're going to do. Well, there's a total of 4 missions on the board. We have 2 basic missions within a couple of days' ride of our location in Last Chance. We could travel to the ruins of Camp Anderson and undertake a search party mission, or to the Hellmouth and take a mission called Below the Mine. The other missions that are available are quite a distance from us. We have the Lost Army mission, Burning Souls, and that's in Cake's Cave. And then the brand new Scafford Gang mission, Most Wanted, but that's way down in Scroggs Bog. Well, we're probably going to undertake one of the two basic missions since they're so close. The question is which one? The search party mission has a variable reward attached to it depending upon which person needs to be rescued. That can range anywhere from D6 times $50 to $100 and gaining either sanity or health, which would be great. The Below the Mine mission, heroes would receive 25 XP as well as $250 for their efforts. Now the Below the Mine mission is at the Hellmouth, and that has a light brown path to get to it. That would be easier. Camp Anderson mission for the search party, we'd have to cover a little bit of difficult terrain. Now, one problem with the search party mission is that the person rescued has to be brought back alive for us to gain the rewards that are listed. Well, I think we're going to try the Below the Mine mission at the Hellmouth. In that case, the posse's going to leave town and they're going to get back on the road and they're going to head towards the Hellmouth. We place the posse marker on the route towards the Hellmouth and we'll go to the travel board and resolve the overland travel. We're at the travel board and we've selected our travel path, and that's going to be a light brown trail, a recognized trail. And we're going to pick our guide, and I think today it's going to be Eli. He's going to take over the guide duties, and Nash and Gracie will follow behind in the posse box. Step 3 is to set the travel pace, and Eli's going to take a normal travel pace. So there'll be no additions or subtractions to any of the overland rolls or supply rolls. Next up is we're going to check our supply level. Right now we have a moderate supply level entitling us to roll a D8. So we'll roll that. On a 1 or 2, we'll remain supplied, but we're going to lose a supply level. Here's the roll. Roll is a 2, and once again we've lost a supply level. We're down to a minimal supply, which will be using a D6. We've replaced the travel die with a D6, and now it is time to do our overland travel roll. We'll be using the light brown path, so we'll have the light brown column, and we'll be adding 1 to the roll because all the members are mounted. Here's our roll, D8 plus 1. Roll is a 7, and that's modified to an 8. And we have 0 hazards on this leg of the journey, and we arrive at the Hellmouth. So the posse safely arrives at the Hellmouth where they're going to undertake the basic mission, Below the Mine. And our last step with the travel board is we can heal and use abilities. We'll begin with Eli. He's going to make a D6 roll, and on an even result he can heal 1 sanity or 1 damage. And he did get an even result, so he'll heal a wound damage. That will bring him down to 7 out of his 14. Next up is Nash. Nash also rolled even, and I think he's going to bring his wounds down from 5 down to 4 out of 7. And now Gracie is up. She's going to make a roll and see if she can heal a point. That's a cocked die. Roll that again. And no, she was unsuccessful. But you are allowed to use side bag tokens and abilities to heal while on the road. She's going to use her comforting presence, and she'll be able to use that once, and that's going to be able to heal a wound or sanity damage from her other heroes in her party. So I think what we'll do is Eli's going to heal an additional wound. Along with Nash, he will also heal a wound. So currently, starting the mission, we've got Eli with a total of 6 wounds out of 14 health, 3 sanity damage out of 10 sanity. Nash has 3 wounds out of a possible 7 health, and he's carrying 6 sanity damage out of 10. Finally, we got Gracie. She has 3 wounds out of 6 health and 9 sanity damage out of 14. And I think Nash is going to break out some of his side bags that he's got, his side bag tokens. I think he's going to give a whiskey to Gracie, and the bandages he's going to give to Eli. And I think they're going to use those right away before the mission starts. It's still a part of our Step 7 heal and use abilities and tokens. So we'll have Eli make a D6 roll using the bandages and see how many wounds he can heal. Here's the roll. He rolled a 6. That is great. That's going to completely heal him of all of his remaining wounds. And we've used up that bandages token. Now Gracie's going to take a swig of that whiskey and we'll see what happens with her sanity. Here's the roll. She rolled a 5, and that is great. That's going to bring her sanity damage down to 4 out of 14. So it was good use of those tokens. Now we're going to set up the mission, Blow the Mine. Posse is at the Hellmouth and they're ready to begin the Blow the Mine mission. That's it. There are just too many gates opening up and creatures coming out of the local mine to handle. When one gate closes, 2 more open up around it. There's only one thing for it. You'll have to blow the mine. Collecting up all the heavy-duty explosives the local frontier town has to offer, you set off into the depths to find a couple of good spots to plant the charges that will collapse the entrance tunnels for good. Of course, the only trick is that you also have to get out before it blows. This one's gonna be close. Alright, our setup instructions indicate that we're going to start with the standard mine entrance map tile, and that's going to lead to a T-junction. All the heroes will start in the mine entrance map as normal. The heroes will begin the game with 2 explosives markers to plant in the mine. It also tells us to remove 1 T-junction map card from the mine map deck. And also note that the hero posse marker is not moved forward a step on the depth track for this T-junction. The mission goal is the heroes must explore the mine far enough to find and place explosives at a dead-end room, a room with no exits. On each side of the T-junction, 2 total. They must then return to the mine entrance tile to escape before the charges blow. This will successfully complete the mission. Special rules for the mission include limited doors. All exploration tokens with a clue icon have 1 less door or gate icon on them, hero's choice. Anytime you reveal an exploration token, roll a d6 for each door or gate icon on that token. On a roll of 4+, ignore that door or gate icon. While the hero posse marker is in the middle stage of the depth track, ignore on a 3+ instead. While the hero posse marker is in the last stage of the depth track, ignore all door or gate icons automatically. We also have Dead End Showdown. Whenever a dead end room is found, a room map tile that has no exits, roll a d6. That will range between adding an epic threat to the exploration token, a normal threat, or no threat. We also have Immediate Dread. For this mission, growing dread cards are revealed immediately when drawn rather than being placed in a stack. We also have a Dangerous Escape. At the end of any turn in which 1 or more heroes is standing at the mine entrance map tile as the objective room, roll a special Hold Back the Darkness test. Ignore depth events. If failed, the darkness marker is not moved, but instead there is an epic threat there waiting for you that must be defeated to escape. If the test is successful, the coast is clear and the heroes are able to hightail it, escaping without incident. The objectives are 2 dead ends. When the heroes find a dead-end room, a room with no exits, after resolving any encounters or attacks there, they automatically place 1 explosives marker on that tile. If the room has only gates as exits, it also counts as a dead end, as the heroes can't very well plant explosives in another world if they want to collapse the mine here. The heroes must place 1 explosives marker at a dead end on the path leading off to the right of the junction, and 1 on the dead end on the path leading off to the left of the T-junction. This will ensure that the mine collapses properly. Finally, we have get back to the mine entrance. Once both explosives markers are placed, the heroes must return to the mine entrance map tile as the final objective room to escape the blast. This uses the dangerous escape special rule. Once the heroes escape, after defeating any enemies, the mission is successfully completed. Our reward will be 25 XP for each hero, along with $250 each. Failure is quite severe. If the heroes fail the mission before placing both explosives, the darkness escapes the mine and devours the heroes. Horses, before ravaging the countryside. Any transport item a hero has must be discarded. Horse, stagecoach, etc. If the heroes fail after placing both explosives, they are caught in the blast and must each roll on the injury chart to see how bad it is, in addition to any injury for being KO'd. All right, the mission is set and we're ready to begin, and we'll start with a Hold Back the Darkness roll. Roll is a 5 and we've failed the first one. That's going to move our darkness up by 1. Not a good start. Now our heroes will activate in order. We'll begin with Nash. Nash is going to roll for movement. And he rolls a 3. Now he's fast, so he'll gain +1 to his move, so that'll be a move of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Nash has his spirit guide, the wolf, and that's going to allow him a one-time use of 5 extra dice when he makes a scavenge test. So I think he's going to use that right now. So we'll be rolling a total of 8 dice for this scavenge roll. And here's Nash's roll. He ended up with 1, 6, so he's able to draw a scavenge card. All right, we'll give the scavenge deck a cut, and we'll see what Nash has found. Of course, it's the hideous discovery. What else would it be? He's going to earn 10 XP, and it says, poking around in the shadows, you see something that chills you to the bone. You quickly return to the group, refusing to speak of what you found. Take 3 horror hits that do 2 sanity damage each. Okay. Nash has a willpower of 4+, so he'll be able to defend against those 3 horror hits. And he needs 4s or greater. Here's the roll. And he's defended 2 of those. So 1 is going to get through, and that's going to cause him a total of 2 sanity damage. And that will move his sanity damage up from 6 to 8 out of 10. And that's going to complete Nash's activation. We'll move on now to Gracie. Gracie will roll for move, and she's also fast. She'll gain a +1. Rolls a 3, so she's got 4 movement points, and I think she'll just follow in back of Nash. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the posse could sure use some money, so I think I'm going to have her attempt a scavenging roll. We're allowed to scavenge each tile now with the updated rules twice with a party of 3. We'll place the 1 scavenge marker there for Nash's, and now we'll see if Gracie can find something. Here's the roll. And she has no successes. All right, her turn is going to end, and then we'll move on now to Eli. Eli's up next, and we'll have him roll for movement. He rolls 1, which is actually good. That means he's going to gain a grit token, which is good. All right, he's going to move one space up, and that is going to complete the round. We'll start our new round by attempting to hold back the darkness. Here's the roll. Roll is a 7. We barely did it, but we did. So now we are going to move to our next set of activations, and this will be Nash to begin. Both him and Gracie have a initiative of 5. Here's Nash's roll for movement, +1 for fast. That's a cocked die. He rolled a 3, so he's got a total of 4 movement points. I think we'll head to the north first. So he'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're in a new tile now, so I could try another scavenge. I guess we will. We'll roll 3 dice for Nash and see if he wants to scavenge that T junction. He has 1 success, so let's hope that he can do a little bit better with his scavenge. All right, we've shuffled the scavenge deck. We'll give that a cut, and we'll see what he finds. Emerging darkness. Sometimes when you look too deeply into the shadows start looking back. Draw a darkness card. All right. And the darkness card is revealed to be Forces Beyond Control, Darkness Ritual. Immediately draw and play 1 darkness card for each hero in the posse. Oh my goodness. All right, we got to play 3 darkness cards. All right, here's the first one. This one's for Eli. Relentless Assault, Darkness Boost Tribal. All tribal enemies are +1 combat and +1 initiative remains in play. All right, now it's Nash's turn. Here's his draw. Overwhelming Dread, Darkness Dread. I got a real bad feeling about this. Add a Growing Dread card to the stack. Well, part of the scenario rules is that we have immediate dread, so that is going to be revealed immediately. We'll draw the Growing Dread card. That card is revealed to be Dread. You shudder to think of what lay before you. Move the darkness 1 step forward on the depth track, which is going to set off another darkness card. All right, we'll complete our last darkness card for the previous one, and this one will be for Gracie. And she gets Savage Attack. During the next fight, all enemies are -1 defense, but gain +2 combat or shots for their attacks. If drawn during a fight, this goes into effect immediately. Discard this card at the end of the fight remains in play. Okay. And the Growing Dread card is revealed to be Echoes of Betrayal. Betrayed by the traveler you met on the road, you have lost the upper hand. The enemy knows you are here. It wants you to come closer. Heroes may not use grit during the first turn of the next fight. If already in a fight, they may not use grit during the next turn of this fight instead. All right, I'm going to lay those active cards at the top of the depth track, and this is just unbelievable. I guess I shouldn't have attempted to scavenge. That probably was a mistake. All right. That's going to end Nash's turn, and we'll move on now to Gracie. She'll be up next. And we'll have her make a roll for movement. She's also +1 for fast. She rolled a 3, so that'll give her a total of 4 move. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. We'll place a scavenge token on that tile for Nash's scavenge. And then I have to decide whether I want Gracie to attempt it or not. I don't think things can get much worse. We might as well try it. Here's her roll for scavenge. And she has no success. That's going to end Gracie's turn. We'll move on now to Eli's activation. Eli's roll for move is a 6. All right, he can move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, he's in the same space with the others. And I might as well have him try a scavenge. Here's the roll. And he has no success. All right, so that is going to end the round. And we'll move on now to a hold back the darkness roll. And here's the roll. Rolled a 7, so we're good for the moment. And we'll start again now with an activation for Nash. And he'll roll for move. He rolled a 1. He has +1 for fast, so he has a total of 2 movement points. And he'll gain a grit token. So we'll have him move 1 and then 2. And then he's going to take a look down the path and we'll see what he finds. And he uncovers a corner passage. And it'll either be to the left or to the right. And there will be no exploration token. So we'll make a roll to see which direction it will be going. Roll is a 6, so it's going to be to the right. We'll set up the board and reposition the camera. All right, the new tile has been put into position. And we're ready to continue. We'll move on now to Gracie. And she'll roll for move. Rolls a 5, and that's modified to a 6. I'm wondering if we should explore to the south as well, but I think we'll do this one at a time. So she'll move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. And we'll have Gracie do a scavenge roll. She has 1 success, so she'll be able to draw a scavenge card. All right, we'll give our scavenge deck a cut and see what happens. She finds a hideous discovery. That'll earn the posse 10 XP. That brings the posse total up to 30, and she's going to take 3 horror hits that do 2 sanity damage each. She'll make willpower rolls for each of those and see if we can stop them. Here's the roll. She managed to stop 2 of them. 1 will get through, and she's going to take 2 sanity damage. And that's going to bring her up to a total of 6 out of 14. I cannot believe that scavenge deck. I just cannot. I think there's only 1 hideous discovery in the deck, and I've pulled that twice, and then in the previous mission once or twice. It's amazing. I looked, and there is actually 2 hideous discovery cards in the deck, so I feel a little bit better, but either way, I mean, the odds are just beyond belief, but that's what happened. That's going to end Gracie's turn, and we'll move on to Eli. Eli will roll for move, and he rolled a 5. Okay, we'll have him move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he's opposite of Gracie there, and I don't think I'm going to be doing any more scavenging rolls, not with the luck I have. All right, that is going to complete the round, and we'll move on now to a hold back the darkness roll. Here's the roll. We rolled a 10, so we're good, and we'll be able to continue on now with a new activation, and we'll start with Nash. Nash will roll for movement, +1 for fast. He rolled a 3, so he's got a total of 4. I think he'll just file in back of Gracie. And he can technically scavenge if he wanted to, but I guess I'll pass. And then now we will activate, that'll end his turn, we'll activate Gracie for move. And we'll have a roll for her. She rolls a 6, so that's modified to a 7. She's going to step through to the doorway and take a look down the pass. And we'll draw a map deck tile card and see what we get. And that card is revealed to be another corner passage. It'll either be to the left or to the right, so we'll make a roll and see which direction it's going. Rolls a 2, so it's going to go to the left. All right, we'll set that up and reposition. All right, we've repositioned the camera, added the tile, and incidentally, the posse earned 5 XP for each of the doors that they have explored. So they're up to a total of 40 XP right now. And that's going to end Gracie's turn. We'll move on now to Eli. And here's Eli's roll for move. He rolls a 2, so he'll move up 2 spaces. 1 and 2. And I think that will end his turn, and we'll start a new round, rolling for the darkness. Here's the roll. Rolls a 3, so we failed that, and we're up to a darkness level of 3. All right, and now we'll begin by activating in order. I'll start with Nash. And here's Nash's roll for move, +1. He has a total of 7 with his fast ability. And he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And Nash will take a look down the path. This time he finds a rail split. All right, we've added the tile and repositioned the camera. We'll place an exploration token on that location. And then once we find out how many doors are there, part of the special rules is that we have limited doors, and we'll have to roll to find out how many doors are actually there. If there are no doors, then that is going to become a dead end, and that's one of our showdown locations. That's going to complete Nash's turn, so we'll move on now to Gracie, and she'll activate for movement. With her roll for move, she's +1. She rolls a 6. Okay, she's got plenty of move. And I just realized I should have been using Gracie's comforting presence. Well, I'm going to have her move in back of Nash. We'll do it that way. And that's going to complete her turn. We'll move on now to Eli, and he'll roll for movement. He rolls a 3, so he'll move 1, 2, and 3. And that's going to end the round. Now we have to find out what that exploration token says. And here it is. It's an encounter. It is a clue location, and they're listing it with 1 door, which is a gate. Well, this is going to be a dead-end room. It has 1 gate in it, so even if that gate is there, it will still count as a dead-end room. It says here that if a room has only gates as exit, it counts as a dead end, as well as the heroes cannot plant explosives in another world if they want to collapse the mine here. So we'll find out where, first of all, we'll find out if that gate actually exists. We have to roll a d6, and on a 4+, we ignore it. And it is ignored, so all 3 of those exits are going to be capped. All right, we've capped all of the exits. I've got an encounter card for us from the encounter token. We'll be resolving that. But first, we have to determine the dead end showdown. Whenever a dead end room is found, a room with no exits, roll a d6. On a result of 1, we'll have an epic threat. Out of 2 to 3, it'll be a normal threat. 4 to 6, there'll be no extra threat here at all. So we'll make the roll and find out. And here's the roll. Roll is a 6, and that is no extra threat here. So all we have to do is resolve this encounter, and we'll be able to place one of the satchel charges in this room. That would be absolutely fantastic. All right, we'll resolve the encounter card. Let's see what it says. Hidden stash, encounter environment, loot. Markings scratched into the walls around the chamber seem like they must have some hidden meaning, perhaps left by a cunning bandit to remind him of where his stash was hidden. All right. We can choose one hero to make a Cunning 5+ test. If failed, you find nothing. If passed, gain 20 XP as you uncover a secret panel in the wall. The same hero that found the panel must then make the following, and that'll be a Luck 5+ test. Well, we'll make the test. We can nominate anybody we want. Our highest cunning value is Gracie, so we'll have her do the test. She has a cunning value of 3. All right, we'll see if she can pass this. 3 dice, and she's looking for 5+. Here's the roll. And she failed. If failed, you find nothing, and that's it. So that'll complete the encounter. So we're able to place, though, one of the satchel charges, which is really good. So that encounter is done, and we'll place a satchel charge of explosives in there, and that's 1/2 of what we need to do. So that's actually pretty good. All right. I neglected to move our track up for the number of rooms that we've found. So we found 1, 2, 3. So that'll be moved up 3. 1, 2, 3, up to 13. All right. We're ready to start a new round. So we'll go back to the top, and we're going to make our Hold Back the Darkness roll. Roll is a 4, so we failed, and we're going to set off another darkness card, unfortunately. And the card is revealed to be, it's a trap. Darkness attack. Enemies spring from the shadows. Ambush attack. Draw a threat card. Well, we'll be drawing a medium threat. So we'll grab a medium threat card and see what that is. 2 peril die worth of void spiders. Okay. We'll make the roll. It's a total of 7. I guess that could have been worse. So we'll place 7 void spiders in an ambush position. All right, we've placed the void spiders into ambush position. And we've got a total of 1 attacking Nash, 2 attacking Eli, and 3 attacking Gracie. All right, the void spiders have an initiative of 6. They're small, and they move at a speed of 8, escape of 4+, melee 2 hit is 4+, 2 combat, 2 damage, no defense, and a health of 3. Now we have 1 card here, and that's the Savage Attack card. And it says that remains in play. During the next fight, all enemies are -1 defense but gain +2 combat for their attacks. If drawn during a fight, this goes into effect immediately. Discard this card at the end of the fight. So in this case, the Void Spiders are going to have a combat value of 4, and they'll still have to be doing the 2 damage. All right. I have to change batteries, and we will resume shortly. All right, I've changed batteries. I just checked the clock. We're running a little long on this one, so I think I'll save this for this battle for the next episode. This is going to be probably a little tougher than normal because of that Savage Attack. They're going to be rolling 4 dice for each attack. So I'm going to have to hope that we can make our defense rolls long enough till we can kill these things. All right, thanks very much for joining me, and I hope to see you again for our next episode of Alone in the Shadows of Brimstone. Have a nice evening.